Hi guys, I want to come at you real quick and show you something cool. If you're making your own tether line, you know, like we made out of the Amsteel. So I've been doing continuous loops and tying prussics to hang my carabiner in. I have started doing something different, and I think I like this better, especially on this 1/4 inch line. I made a couple of end to end. They both got eyes on each end. So I buried about 6 inches in the line itself, in the main line, and I did the lock brumble to put a little spliced eye in the end of each end of this. So I put a little spliced eye, buried 6 inches. I'm not exactly sure how long this one is. This one is about 15 inches, and I wished it was a little longer, but so the longer you make these, I think this one's probably about 24 inches finished length. But this one's about 15 or 16 inches finished length. It was just a extra short piece that I had, and I tied this up to show for this video. So these are a couple of extra friction hitches that you might want to try that actually seem like they move up and down the tether line easier, and they bite just as hard as the prussic. This one is called a distal hitch. You can look up a bunch of different videos on how to tie these. They're all over YouTube. Just get on YouTube, type in distal hitch. You can find a ton of videos on how to do that. You can look on my channel and find out how to put these little splices in the ends and bury the line inside itself. But all it is, like I said, a straight piece with a spliced eye on each end. This is the distal hitch, which I just started playing with tonight, and I think I actually like it too. But I think I'm liking this Swabish hitch better. I think I like it the most. What they're doing is they're actually using less wraps than the prussic. So if you make these out of the exact same size diameter line as your tether line, it seems like the prussic, you have to put a whole lot of wraps in it to get it to actually bite hard enough to where it's not slipping at all. And I'm talking putting my feet against the tree and pushing as hard as I can to try to make this slip. The prussic, you got to put a lot of wraps in it to get it to not slip, or a lot more than this. This distal hitch is using actually very few wraps. I mean, it's like this long. It's a little bitty. And the Swabish hitch is using less wraps than the prussic too, and you can see it moves up and down this line so easy. And with both of these, what you do when you put your carabiner in them is you just take both of the ends after you tie your hitch. Let me see if I can show you this. After you tie your hitch up, you just take both ends and slip your carabiner through both eyes there, and then hook it into your bridge. But I think, for me, I think I'm going to run this 1/4 inch line next season. I've got my 3/16 in my backpack for a backup, but I think as far as, I hunted with this the last 2 days of the season, because I made this and I still had 2 days to hunt left in the season this year, and I hunted with this new 1/4 inch tether line that we made just to try it out. But I think this is the one I'm going to go with. I actually used this Swabish hitch the last 2 days to hunt off of instead of the prussic. I decided to try it out, and I really like it. It just slides up and down the line. Like, even after you lock it down and it bites really hard, it's still easier to get it moving again up and down the line and freed up than the prussic. And it seems like the distal is going to be the same way. It's going to free up and move a lot easier too. And I've already had it outside on the tree. It was just too dark to film it, but I put all my weight in it and put my feet against the tree and was like pushing against it with all my weight trying to get it to slip. And once it bites, they both seem like they bite just as good as the prussic. They just loosen back up on the line easier once you need to move them again. So like I said, these are, I feel like these lines with the little spliced eye on each end are easier to make than the continuous loop. So if you guys want to try that out and play with that, look up the distal hitch and the Swabish hitch. And like I said, to find out how to make the line, you can find that on my channel too. So thanks. I'll catch you guys in the next one.